Thoughts on getting pegged? Would you ever try IV DMT? What were a few things that helped you maintain sobriety?
According to YouTube guidelines shown here, videos which intend to educate are documentary by nature and do not glorify the use of drugs. Both abide by the community safety guidelines and are eligible for monetization. The following video does not glorify the use of drugs. Instead, it attempts to be non-biased while delivering vital life-saving information disguised as entertainment. And don't forget to visit our Patreon page after the video for extra content and behind-the-scenes footage that only our patrons get to see. I love you, motherfucker.
Hello, my fellow addicts. We are back at it with another banger of a video today. We're going to get that energy flowing, that face glowing, and that flow growing as we try to make the YouTube channel explode in progress, as long as we can make it through YouTube's blockade. And I think we need more X-Wings to blast through this mother bitch, but we're going to do it. You guys are going to help me by giving me more X-Wings. Hit that subscribe button. Show me that you want to see more videos from me. And maybe the shadow ban someday will be lifted. So what we're going to do today is answer your questions on Instagram. Our Instagram was deleted, so we have a new account called Adam is Psyched, link below. And if you want to be a part of the next Q&A video, join my Instagram. You can also follow my life. I basically post every single day. I just post fitness updates.
It just dawned on me. I look absolutely phenomenal. I got knee braces with jeans on.
But if you do care about that stuff, or if you care about being in part of these Q&As and you want to see your name show up all flashy like on the screen here, then join our Instagram. Again, Adam is Psyched is the new one. You guys asked me 279 questions. Jeez, I feel the love. I love this. Amia Dowdir says, what is your opinion on stoner culture? I think stoner culture is great. I have Ganjaland. It's a great stoner culture game. I actually played it with my kids last weekend. Funny coincidence. And they loved it. They can't read. They're like 2 and 5. So we changed some of the questions. One was like, tell a poem about your favorite strain of weed. And we were just like, you have to now tell a poem out loud about your favorite food. Oh, here's a good one. Mad Reculivira. I cannot spec. Why did you stop posting on Swim? Do you plan on reactivating the channel? It's always on my mind. Swim is like that thing that I started like, it had some good momentum and then I just let it crash and die because I got so overwhelmed with psych substance and then having kids. And it was like I couldn't keep the two things floating at the same time. So I had to let one deflate and sink. But Swim will be revived. True Ego Death says, would you ever try IV DMT? If the DMT was medical grade, like pharmaceutical DMT, which obviously you can't find, like I would never IV DMT that was extracted from some root bark because there's so many other, there's so much like plant fats and other shit in there. And it's like, you would have to really know what the F you were doing to recrystallize that to utmost purity before I'd even bat an eye at doing it. Nebaiba says, shrooms for mind-muscle connection, ? I've tried working out on mushroom doses from anywhere from 200 milligrams all the way up to like almost a gram when I was microdosing heavy. And I also work out on LSD. And there was a while there when I was microdosing real heavy and I was microdosing every other day on like, I don't know, over half a tab, like 65 micrograms, enough to give someone a full trip. And I trained on that. And my acid training days were some of the best. But mind you, when I say that dose, I had a tolerance. So like, that's really the equivalent of taking like maybe 25 micrograms with no tolerance. LSD or mushrooms, they can make you more aware of your physical form and you can feel like everything going on in your intestines and you get super aware of your body and any muscle pain you might have had that day becomes heightened. So it's like you would think working out in that heightened state would be detrimental and make you kind of like afraid of pushing too hard because you're like, oh, my muscles feel so weird. But it doesn't do that. Maybe it's because it's a smaller dose. It's actually just like the best pre-workout on the planet. Of course, I can't recommend anybody follows in my footsteps and does any of this stuff. Everything I say is false, and don't take anything I say as factual. Exit stage left. How is your relationship with your family now since that one YouTube video you made? And things are better. Things are definitely doing better. I got dosed with a high amount of humility, and a lot of my flaws got released. They floated up to the surface and everyone could see them. And then that gave me the opportunity, now that they were all bare and naked, to work through them. And broken record over here, I've said this before, thanks to the therapy and getting off drugs and finally feeling again, it had a cascading effect that leaked into all areas of my life, including my relationship. And we started doing couples therapy as well as I continue my individual therapy. And it really helped. As long as I'm being less of a selfish prick, then our relationship with my family, my relationship with my partner feels like it's on the upswing. And as long as I'm not doing addictive drugs daily, then things are continuing to be on the up and up swing, and it almost feels like I've matured. Do you have any other creative outlets other than video making, such as art or music? And have you ever created anything while on psychedelics or other substances? This is amazing. I have a video planned, multiple videos, where we're going to test. Oh, I don't want to give it away. It's such a creative idea. I don't want to give it away. But yes, I mean, here we go. Let's take you guys on a little adventure that I don't ever show anybody because I'm a fucking nerd through this room. You want to talk about, do I create stuff? Welcome to my nerd paradise. Here we have an array of paints. People are like, Adam, what's all that paint on your hand? Well, I don't know. Maybe unfinished. This is the last one I was working on. I got this big-ass dragon. Look at this guy. But yeah, I have fun building and constructing. You got this orc. He's going pretty good. I like the detail going on in his like muscles there. Obviously, I like painting the ones with muscles. Oh, this guy's almost done. In case you can't tell the theme, I don't finish them. But this guy has highlights. There's some depth going on here. I've got some layering. Obviously, the sword still needs to be done. And yeah, I love doing art. Oh, this guy's almost done. Check out this guy. This guy's a fucking beast. He's called a pink horror. Another name for my dick. Look at this dude. Jesus. Yeah, he's almost done. With maturity, I found that I can paint better. Like, look at the teeth. Anyway, as you guys can see, I am a big nerd. In some of my older videos, some of my most popular videos, like the mushroom video, I made all those sculptures myself for the video. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And I'm going to do more artistic videos because I guess at heart, am an artist, and I just kind of let it go for a while. Oh my God, with 76 likes, we have Narayan Poklin says, thoughts on getting pegged. I've never been pegged. But I mean, I guess if the circumstances were right, it could be kind of hot. I mean, they say that guys have, I don't know how YouTube friendly this video is going to get if I continue, but they've got a thing that releases good feelings in their other sphincter. So, I mean, I would say don't knock it till you try it. All right, Jonathan Ramsey says, how many push-ups can you do, bruh? You put me on blast like that? Okay, let's see. Bad boy. I did chest today, so this is horrible because my chest already hurts. I think we're at 50. Could keep going. Again, don't want to agitate the chest that I already trained. Can we just say I can do a lot? Just attempting to catch my breath. Cynical Behavior says, what were a few things that helped you maintain sobriety? Bitch, I'm not sober. Like, I cut out the bad drugs. But like I just said, I still microdose. So you could hardly say I'm 100% sober. I'm not doing anything that is detrimental to my well-being. And what helped me maintain that? Well, being not sober helped me maintain that. The microdosing helped huge in the beginning, which, as I've said, was recommended by my therapist, who's also a PhD university professor. Like, he's a smart dude. This wasn't just some, like I said, low-level, run-of-the-mill, I just got my certification online kind of therapist. Getting really into weights was paramount to my success. I basically pushed a lot of the addiction that I had into the weights, and the most important part of it was I made it a routine. For me, having a stable routine that I stick to religiously every day was one of, if not the most important thing that I did. And for me, for my routine, like, this wealth and putting your business above everything bullshit, that doesn't work for me. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So for me, my routine begins at the very first thing I do in the morning is work out. Once I get my health taken care of, then I move on to working. And that helped me start to love myself again. It sounds kind of backwards. Like, it's hard to put in the time for self-care if you don't love yourself. But it's like, once you schedule that in and you start making it a routine, you grow to love yourself more through it. And I started to like myself again, actually. And I think this is one of the unsung victors of addiction battles, is a lot of us who are addicted to drugs, we don't like who we are. Not going to sugarcoat this. Sometimes it's not even conscious. Sometimes we might think we like who we are, but deep down we know we're liars. We don't keep our word. We're not trustworthy. It's hard to like a person like that, you know? So when you start making promises to yourself and you start keeping them and you start taking care of yourself, it becomes easier to like yourself. And that was huge for me, was liking myself again. And I want to highlight again, because when I was younger, I liked myself. I mean, I had a lot of great hobbies. I was huge into art, and I was really proud of the things that I created when I was a kid. So it was really just kind of reopening that box of here's who I used to be that I kind of like buried in the sand somewhere and said, we're going to leave this for a while. It's like I came back to myself, more or less. And like another thing that was huge for me is at the end of the day, I've done enough psychedelics to know that this is all a game. It is a quest. Like you're in a game, you got to complete the quest. And I love challenges. I love going on those quests. And maybe my quest was to learn what it was like to be addicted so I could come back and I could better help not just others, but better help myself in the future. I've learned so much about myself through that whole ordeal. It was super painful, but I don't think I would trade it because I had to learn those lessons. And now I'm at a point where I actually feel like I've learned and grown from it. And while I'm aware I have potential to become an addict again, I mean, I was there once. If you could do it once, you could probably do it again. But I don't see that happening because I have replaced a lot of those old negative behaviors with things that are benefiting me. And really what it comes down to is when you're determining whether a behavior is benefiting you or being a blood-sucking fucking mosquito sucking the life out of you, you know in your gut to be true. You know what's true in your gut. You can feel it. You know when you're just rationalizing things. Like I would say Kratom was helping me because I thought it was helping me get work, but I was really just rationalizing excuses to keep using it. You got to get to a point where you trust yourself enough to know when you're lying to yourself or not, and not all of us reach that point. Anyway, the Humanoid Typhoon says TRT for anti-anxiety. I wouldn't use it for anti-anxiety, no. Do you really want to be injecting yourself in the butt with exogenous hormones all your life for your anxiety? I think anxiety is something that you can get through without f***ing drugs. You heard me here. Don't f*** drugs. Oh no, the drugs f*** you. Oh my goodness. So many good questions. I'm going to do a 2-part Q&A. I'm feeling like my energy has actually been used up on this Q&A. I'm not going to bullshit you guys. And I'm going to get to more of them. There's so many good questions. I want to keep answering these. Maybe I'll do the next one like next week. Because now, like I said, I've got an editor on board and I can actually pump out more videos. So maybe the Q&As can be a regular thing again, which would be awesome. I think I got some good answers for you guys. I think this video has gone on enough. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel. Don't subscribe to my channel unless you actually want to see the shit that I make. But if you want to see the shit that I make and you're not subscribed, then what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and we got good stuff coming, man. Some good stuff. So anyway, if you also enjoyed this video, leave a like. Join our Instagram, and then wait till I say I'm doing a Q&A again, and then ask your questions there. Anyway, cheers, guys.